Mark Carney becomes Prime Minister of Canada after dramatic election victory. In a stunning political shakeup, Mark Carney has led the Liberal Party to victory in one of the most dramatic and closely watched elections in Canadian history. After years on the international economic stage, Carney has now taken the top political seat in his home country, officially becoming Canada's Prime Minister. The mood in Ottawa was electric as results poured in late into the night. Cheers erupted in a packed hockey arena at exactly 10:11 p.m. ET when Carney's win was confirmed. The chant was simple but powerful. Carney, Carney, Carney. A historic win. Against the odds. Carney's triumph is more than just a win. It's a political comeback story. The Liberals, who were trailing the Conservatives for nearly 2 years, have now secured a fourth straight term in government. That's an incredibly rare feat in Canadian politics. Though just shy of a majority, Carney's leadership now holds the reins of a government that must work closely with smaller parties like the NDP and the Bloc Québécois to maintain power. Meanwhile, the Conservative Party, led by Pierre Poilievre, had one of its strongest performances in decades but still came up short. Poilievre's emotional concession speech revealed just how deeply the loss was felt among his supporters, some of whom talked about leaving the country out of frustration. Carney's clear message to Trump. During his victory speech early Tuesday morning, Carney didn't hold back. After a brief and lukewarm nod to Poilievre, his focus turned sharply southward to former U.S. President Donald Trump. America wants our land, our resources, our water, our country, Carney declared. President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us. That will never, ever happen. His words weren't just fiery rhetoric. They were a battle cry. Carney positioned himself as a defender of Canada's sovereignty and economic independence, promising to confront Trump's aggressive trade policies head-on. We'll fight back with everything we have to get the best deal for Canada, he said. We're going to build. Build, baby. Build. A new era for the Liberal Party. Carney's ascent signals a clear shift in the Liberal Party's direction. After Prime Minister Justin Trudeau stepped down, Carney stepped in with an impressive resume. Former head of the Bank of England and the Bank of Canada, top executive at Goldman Sachs, and leadership roles at Brookfield and Bloomberg. He ran on a platform that emphasized economic strength, national unity, and firm resistance to U.S. tariffs, all while appealing to a younger generation concerned about climate change and affordability. For many Canadians, especially first-time voters like university-bound Anna Price and Noah Alexander, Carney represents a balanced approach to growth, economic savvy paired with environmental responsibility. There's so much on the line for people of my generation, said Alexander. What I like about Carney is that he's trying to help the economy without ignoring the environment. Conservatives reeling from setbacks. While Carney was celebrating, the mood at the Conservative campaign headquarters was somber. Pierre Poilievre tried to strike a hopeful tone, but the disappointment was palpable. Some supporters were in tears. Others vented their frustrations with food, drinks, and talk of relocating abroad. Poilievre admitted that change is never easy. We didn't quite get over the finish line, he said, but we know that change is needed. Change is hard to come by. It takes time. The night was especially tough for Poilievre personally. By early Tuesday, he was trailing in his own riding against a first-time Liberal candidate. Rumors began to swirl about whether he'd remain as party leader, but his team declined to comment. Some Conservatives pointed fingers at Ontario Premier Doug Ford, blaming his public criticisms of Poilievre and meddling in the federal campaign for contributing to the loss. I will personally do what I can to make sure Doug Ford is not our leader again, said Brett Pownall, an independent voter who once leaned Conservative. Looking ahead, a nation to rebuild Carney made it clear that the work starts now. He vowed to strengthen Canada's internal trade, invest in the military and especially in the Arctic, and diversify the country's automotive supply chain. He's also looking to build new trade and defense alliances with global partners, counterbalancing the pressure coming from Trump's America. Above all, Carney's message was one of unity and resilience. This election showed just how divided we've become, he said, but it also proved that Canadians are ready to come together, to build something stronger, together. In a nation eager for clarity, direction, and hope, Mark Carney has positioned himself not just as a leader, but as a unifier.
For full video, click related link below or like and subscribe this channel.